My name is Elise. I came to the Crawfordsville Women's Resource Center in 2007, around Christmas time. Nervous to go to any of the resource centers in Lafayette, where I was from, for fear of how people would think about me or what they would say when I walked in there. The judgment, basically, in my own town. So I came here, walked in, everything was really welcoming. It was when I found out the first time that I was pregnant. The ladies were super helpful. They walked me through every step, gave me information for doctor's offices, made me feel very welcome and unafraid to be pregnant anymore. When I first went there, the only thing I could think about was I couldn't do this. I was young. And maybe they were gonna have more options for me. And when I left, they had given me a blanket to take home. And I had sort of a sense of relief when I got in my car that I was able to do it instead of needing to give the baby up for adoption or that I wasn't capable. They made me realize that I had resources in that community that I could run to if I needed help with anything. Shortly after I left there, about 3 weeks later, I found out that I was having a miscarriage. And that was detrimental because I had hyped myself up so far from the experience there that I was going to be a good mom and that I could do it. So the heartbreak of losing that child was pretty severe. And about 3 months after that, I found out that I was pregnant again with my now 14-year-old daughter, Addison. So I had went to the Women's Resource Center in Crawfordsville again, and even though it was the second time being pregnant in a few short months, they still made me feel just as welcome and just as privileged, I guess, to be able to carry a baby again. They didn't make me feel judged based on financial issues or the way I looked when I came in. They knew that I didn't have any support system at that moment in my life either, so they were super comforting. They stayed with me the whole time, walked me through everything again, and gave me all the information to be able to keep coming back even after I had my child and what they could do to help me after Addison was born. I hadn't had a job for very long. I had just been out of college, so financially I wasn't capable of taking care of a child on my own. And I was also unaware that there were resources that help you provide for your family. Nobody had ever taught me any of that. We didn't go over it in school. So I just assumed that I would have to give the baby up if I did want to have this child and it have a good life. The ladies at the resource center assured me that that was not the case. They directed me to Medicaid and gave me a list of all the other resources that I could use for housing and kids' clothes and diapers. They directed me to WIC to get formula for my child and like the essential needs from the grocery store. In the past 14 years, my daughter's father was a drug addict. He has not been in my daughter's life. And through that, we have found relationships and built relationships in Christ. And we ended up getting down here because of our church. I have a wonderful pastor at Calvary Chapel. He actually has given me the job at the Joshua Cup, being the manager and taking care of things. And my family is living here and thriving after 2 years. My husband is a recovering addict. He was through the Trinity Mission program here in Crawfordsville, and we have a fabulous community here. When I came to the Women's Resource Center, I had lost my faith in God. I had been through so many traumatic events in my life that just made me question whether He was there for me. Over the years, in raising my kids and seeing the drug addiction that had ran through our family, I found my faith in God again. He restored my husband, and He restored my faith in Him when He did that. My kids follow in church. They love Jesus. It's a huge deal in our household. My 6-year-old son prays for us over dinner every night. My husband preaches on Wednesdays sometimes at our church, and he does a Bible study with the Trinity guys now and mentors them. So faith has had a huge part in our lives in restoring everything that we have and getting us to where we are today. So when you're walking in and you are a young adult or older, I guess, young adult like I was, to walk into a place like that is terrifying initially in the first place. And then to walk in thinking that you're going to be judged because you are so young and financially unstable and pregnant, I was overwhelmingly grateful that the women didn't judge me. They made me feel so comfortable. They showed that they cared and it was genuine. It didn't feel fake. You didn't feel like they were going to talk about you as soon as you walked out of the room. They just made you feel welcome and loved.